Hello everyone, how are you? How are you? This is the Taryn Lamp Show, the first episode of 2022. Happy New Year to everybody. This is episode number 76 of the Taryn Lamp Show. Thank you so much for joining us. This is our first episode back for 2022. I really appreciate all the support you gave me in 2021, and I'm looking forward to an exciting 2022. So again, this is episode number 76. If you're new to us, new to the show, please make sure you are liking, following, subscribing, all that good stuff. I am on IGTV, our IG, and then also now we are on Apple Podcasts. So if you enjoy listening to podcasts during your day, make sure you check out the Taryn Lamp Show on Apple Podcast. And also prior episodes are on YouTube. And YouTube at I Am Taryn Lamp. So make sure you are liking, following, subscribing, all that good stuff. If you are new to us, this is again the Taryn Lamp Show, episode number 76. This show is all about love and positivity. You know what? I want to change. Hold on just a second. I feel like my lighting always gets... Hello, Janine. How are you? Tell me about my lighting. What's going on here? I'm trying to work with my lighting. I don't know which one is... I don't know. I hope you guys can see me. I can see you guys, but it's like, can I see you? Anyway, this is the Taryn Lamp Show, episode number 17. If you are 76, I don't know where I got 17 from. If you are new to the show, this show is about positivity and love. Real quick, I guess, synopsis behind when I started the show. Let's see, in May of 2020, so May of 2021, we were a little over a year, so we are, almost into 2 years, I believe, of the show. In March of 2020, was it May or March? Let me think about that. It might be May. I'm going to go back to May. May of 2020, I got this idea to do this IG Live. And where I got this idea from is, some of you may know, I used to live in California. And I used to live in California, and I used to work in the Beverly Hills area. And I used to see a lot of celebrities, as we call it, doing amazing things. And I thought to myself, well, I know a lot of people around me doing amazing things. A lot of celebrities in our own rights, right? So a lot of just people, everyday people doing amazing things. So what I did was I had an idea for a magazine, and I was going to call it Everyday People, Amazing Stories. And I was going to showcase in this magazine everyday people with amazing stories. So I created a business plan. I created the business plan. It was a great business plan, I thought. I actually still have it to this day, and I've shared it on one of the prior episodes. But I had the business plan, and I put it in a drawer, and it never came out. There it was. Bam. Business plan, all done, in the drawer, sealed, all that good stuff. So then, in May of 2020, it was, as most of us know, when the world shut down. I think the world might have shut down in March. And then I started this idea, came up with this idea in May. In May of 2020, I decided, you know what, maybe I could kind of do something like this on IG, on Instagram, and go live where I interview people every week, and I just share their amazing stories. So Everyday People, Amazing Stories. So I called it Just Like You, Everyday People, Amazing Stories. And I started, I think it was May 5th of 2020. And I decided on May because in May of 2016, I was actually diagnosed with cancer. So I thought May, it was a different kind of May for me. It was turning around. So I started in May of 2020 interviewing just everyday people with amazing stories. And I've been doing that ever since. Pretty much every week I learned to give myself some time, some self-care breaks. But pretty much every week, and again, this is episode number 76. So please make sure you're looking on prior episodes, looking on IGTV about prior episodes or to see prior episodes. And I've met so many amazing people. I've seen new faces, I've seen old faces, I've seen just everything that, it's all by word of mouth, it's all volunteer. So everyone comes on at their own free will and shares their story. And I've met a lot of amazing people just through IG and interviewing and sharing their stories. So if you have a story, and I say we all do, and you know you do, please make sure you get in contact with me. I would love to have you on the show. We are here every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And for my friends on Pacific Time, that's 5:30. Is it 5:30? It's 5:30 for you guys Pacific Standard Time. So 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Something else, so what, at 6:30, that would be Mountain Time, and 7:30 Central Standard Time. So 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every Tuesday, pretty much every Tuesday. And I come on and bring a guest on, and the guest shares their story. So I would love to hear from you. If you would like to be on the show, either you can direct message me. If you have my mobile number, please make sure you can get a hold of me that way. Or you can always, if you're on the show or just listening right now, you can comment in the comment section, and we can get connected that way. I would love to have you on the show. If you know someone who would be a great guest on the show, I am asking you to hook that up as well. A lot of people have watched the show or been on the show, and then they know people who they think would be great guests. So I would love to have anybody on the show. No story's too big, no story's too small. We all have a story. We all have something to share. We all have a way to connect. And this is kind of what, like I said, the show's about positivity and love and connection. The world kind of shut down on us in 2020. A little bit of things have changed in 2021, but we still need that connectivity, and we still need that love, and we still need the positivity. So I would love to have you on the show. I would love to have a guest that you think is great for the show. And like I said, pretty much no story's too big, no story's too small. We've had definitely a variety of people on the show sharing their stories. So anything that you have to share, I promise you, promise, will connect to someone. It's very often, most often as a matter of fact, when I do a show, you'll see comments in the comment section for somebody that can relate to what the guest is talking about. And if they don't comment right then and there, I usually get a direct message or some sort of tag on the way that a guest has impacted somebody in the show or on the show or watching the show. So it's definitely, I'm thankful for the support. I'm thankful for everyone who's been on the show sharing their story. I'm thankful for everyone who's been on the show listening to the stories and, commenting. Hi Nancy, how are you? So I'm here today, actually, it's just me. So I want to hear ideas. I want to hear a couple of things. So if you have any ideas for the show, or if you have any questions about the show, Nancy, I'm not sure if you've watched the show in the past. I was just explaining what the show is about. So if you have any questions about the show, if you have any, ideas for the show, I'm definitely taking ideas. I have some few ideas that most of you may have heard me say in the past that I'd like to make the show more philanthropic. My goal is to have a way for us to pay off heart disease and cancer patients, pay off their bills or pay a portion of their bills. Occasionally I'll put my Cash App in the comment section, and a portion, so whatever you donate, and I say donate loosely because it's more of a kind offering, it's not officially a 501c3. When you put Survivor in the comments, all of what you give goes directly to a heart patient and cancer patient in need. What I've done in the past is just take that and literally will go to the hospital that I go to get treated at and go, since they know me, and pay a bill off for a heart disease and cancer patient. Hi Nancy, brand new. You just thought I'd check me out, I guess. Well, thank you so much. This show, I usually have a guest on the show. I'm kicking off the new year just by hearing from everyone and sharing. This is the Taryn Lamb Show, episode number 70. Why am I messing up with my numbers today? 76. This show is about positivity. It's about love. It's about connection. I interview someone here every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific Time, 8:30 Eastern Time if you're on the East Coast. And I just interview people about their stories. The show was originally called Just Like You, Everyday People, Amazing Stories. It's now the Taryn Lamp Show because I realized I kind of am my brand and I'm, here every week. So it's the Taryn Lamp Show. And we are here every Tuesday evenings with the guests sharing their story. So if you have a story and would like to be on the show, I would love to have you. Please make sure you DM me or get a hold of me, whichever way works for you, that you have my DM, or if you want to put it in the comment section, I can definitely reach out to you. If you know someone who has a story and they would make a guest on the show, great guest on the show, please let me know. I'd love to connect with them as well. No story is too big, no story is too small. We interview everybody here on the Taryn Lamp Show that has a story. So, and this came from, I kind of explained the idea earlier where I worked in Beverly Hills and saw a lot of celebrities who had great stories. And I realized that I have a lot of people around me. We all have a great story. We don't need to be so, we don't need to be a celebrity, so to speak. It's great that they have stories too, but there's all the people around us that have great stories. And I've shared my story with a lot of audiences, even prior to social media. So I know people that kind of were, interested, if you will, in learning my story. And I realized that we all have a story. So I started the Taryn Lamp Show to have a way for us to connect, for us to, like I said, show positivity, love, connection, and talk to people, everyday people just like you, with amazing stories. So that is the kind of the premise of the show. We are, like I said, here on IGTV. I'm also on Apple Podcasts, so we're also on Apple Podcasts now, the Taryn Lamp Show, and also on YouTube. So again, I'd love to have you at all of those mediums. Please make sure you're sharing, you're liking, you're subscribing, you're following, all that good stuff. And that's what the show does. Like I said, my goals are to continue to keep it philanthropic. I'd love to hear your goals too, by the way. If you have any 2022 goals for yourself, type them in the comments section. I would love to have you share your goals if you have any 2022 goals, or even, I don't know if I call them resolutions. I don't think I call them that. I feel like I set goals every year and that's just what I call them. So if you have any goals, or if you call them resolutions, share them with us in the comment section. One of my goals, is I feel like I don't know about anybody else, but I thought I did a really good job of staying balanced in 2020, because the world was shut down. But kind of towards the end of 2021, I slid off that balance scale, if you will. And so I want to make sure I'm maintaining that balance, my life balance. I feel like the end of 2021 got super, super busy. And so I need to make sure that I'm maintaining that life balance that I had, that we all probably had more of in 2020. So as 2021 kind of started to creep by, I think the balance started to tip a little bit. And so I need to get that back. So that's one of my goals, if you will, for this upcoming year, is to kind of tilt it back on the balance scale. But if you have anything that you'd like to share and your goals or resolutions, or whatever you've called them, for 2022, please let me know. And so our next show, we will start off with our guest on our next show, and then we'll continue through the year. Like I was saying, I do take a few breaks throughout the year. And what I mean by a few is a very few number of breaks throughout the year. We are booking now into, I believe it's April of 2022. So I need to, keep going. And this is all by word of mouth, and this is all by volunteers. So if you have a story, and I know you do, please make sure you get in contact with me. I would love to have you on the show. If you know someone who has a story, I would love to have them on the show. The story is no story is too big, no story is too small. And everyone has a story. That's the kicker. Everyone has a story. So if you're listening, you have a story. So that means you should be on the show. And if you're listening, you know someone who has a story. So that means you should share with them to be on the show and connect us. So everyone has a story. Everyone has, something they can share. Everyone has something else, something they can connect with, and someone they can connect with. And so that's the premise of the show. as I was saying earlier, I'm just kind of talking this through for people who might be joining in a little late, or for people who might jump on after, because we do get a lot of people who jump on after the show, after I post it on IGTV. One of the things I do is try to make it more philanthropic. Occasionally I'll put my Cash App on the in the comments. And if you do would like to kindly, it's a kind offering. It's not anything official, not any 501c3 or anything like that. When you give in your kind offering or kindness, however you want to call that, make sure you put Survivor in the comments section. And so that, hello. We are, make sure you put Survivor in the comments section, and all of what you donate will go help a heart disease or cancer patient in need. So this is, again, for those just joining, the Taryn Lamp Show, episode number 76. It's just me today sharing about the show. So if you have any goals for yourself in 2022, or resolutions, or like I said, everybody calls them something different, please let me know. And if you'd like to be on the show and share your story, maybe you have a story that you feel would connect with someone. And actually, I was saying earlier that yes, everyone has a story. So you do have a story. And so I would love to have you on the show. If you know someone who has a story, and again, we all know someone who has a story, please make sure you DM me, tag them. Let's get it together. Let's hook it up. I would love to have them on the show as well. No stories too big, no stories too small. Everybody can share their story and connect with someone. And so I'd also like to ask of you to make sure you're liking, following, subscribing, all that good stuff, again, on IGTV and on Apple Podcasts. So I was saying some of my goals, or one of my goals, is to get back balanced. I feel like I slid off that balance scale at the end of 2021, so of more balanced life. I want to, like I said, continue to make this show more philanthropic and give back to heart disease and cancer patients in need. I've thought about doing things like sponsorships and things like that. I just really, to be honest with you, don't know how that would work. I mean, I've thought about it. So if you have any ideas in that realm, let me know. I'm just not sure like how it would work. Like if I had people sponsor the show, and then what does that look like, and how, all that good stuff. I thought about that, and I thought, is that an idea? So that's kind of one thing I have on the table thinking about. And so I'm not really sure how that would work. So if you have any ideas on that, I'd love to hear from you on how you think, sponsorship would work on the show. I think I'm not really sure. So that's one of my ideas. And like I said, putting my Cash App is the other idea, that I've done so far. And I actually was able to pay off, or to pay a bill for someone about maybe a month or so ago. And so I'll actually do it now. Let's see, how does that work? I don't even, I will put, so if, let's see, how does that work? So that's what I use. Again, it's no official 501c3 or anything, but make sure you put Survivor in the comments if you do have a kind offering. No 501c3, you won't get anything back, you won't get anything like that. It's just a kind offering that goes towards heart disease and cancer patients in need, and all of what you give with Survivor in the comments will go to do that. And I know it's kind of a trust tree thing. I don't, like I said, I am not a 501c3. It's just kind of a kind offering. That's what it is. It's not anything fancy. It's not anything special. I'm not trying to, I want to make that perfectly clear. When you do give, you understand that and you agree to that. So, that's that. Again, going towards heart disease and cancer patients in heart disease and cancer patients in need. If you have any questions, if you're on right now and have any questions or ideas for the show, I would love to hear those as well. And if you'd like to be a guest on the show, of course, I would love to have you. Make sure you're checking out prior episodes of the show. You can get an idea of what it's about, what kind of questions we ask. I do have a set of questions if you come on the show that you can follow or we can follow, or we can just go organically and have a conversation and see where that leads us. So there's both of those options, and we can discuss those more when you decide to be a guest and when you pick a date for the show. So again, we are here Tuesdays, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5:30 if you're on the West Coast, 8:30 if you're on the East Coast. We are also on Apple Podcast, The Taryn Lamp Show, and we are on YouTube. I am Taryn Lamp. So that's, really about the show. Like I said, I started it from, just an idea I had to bring people on, to share with people, to connect people, to show some positivity, to show some love. And, it's been going strong ever since. This is officially the 76, I think I said, the 76th show or episode on Apple Podcasts. I think this will be the beginning of season 5, because I just kind of deemed it, season 6, I think, season 6. I kind of deemed it as having 15 episodes per season. And so that kind of equates out to this as being episode number 76 and this being the beginning of season 6. So it's been an experience, definitely. I didn't know where the show would go. So it's been an experience, and, I've enjoyed having guests on. So if you would like to be on the show, I would love to have you. Take a sip. I would love to have you. And if you know someone who should be on the show, I would love to have them. So if you have any questions, please make sure you're putting that in the comment section. If you have any ideas, make sure you're putting that in the comment section as well for the show. And let's see, I'm going to say, we've got about 8 minutes left because we go till about 8 o'clock. I'm trying to think of anything else that I want to cover with you. Next week is our first guest. So next week we'll start off having guests on the show, and we'll, go continuously. Like I said, I do try to take some self-care breaks because every week is a lot. And it is just me. I'm a one-man band. So I put together the podcast myself. I put it on YouTube myself. I do all those things myself, and interview the guest and connect with the guest before that, connect with the guest after that. So it is just me, and my connection as well. Okay, Nancy. Thank you. Yes, for sure. Listen in. We'll start with our first guest next week. So I appreciate your time, and thank you for joining us today. So we are here every Tuesday. Yeah, I was like, what day is it? They're all blending in, right? 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we are interviewing everyday people, amazing stories, everyday people with amazing stories. And that is you. That is you and you and you and you and you and you and you. Make sure you are tuning in. Make sure you're sharing the show, sharing the channel on YouTube, sharing the podcast. Make sure you're doing all of that. I am very excited about what 22 has in store. I can't believe, goodness, where the show's gone. I just got a text and I was like, what is that going on? So that you saw me going, what's that? That was that. I can't believe the response for the show. It's been overwhelming. It's been amazing. I've met a lot of great people. I've met some new faces. I've connected with people from high school, believe it or not. And that is really amazing because, social media or the internet has made the world a lot bigger and a lot smaller at the same time, right? So again, I would love to have you or anyone that you may know on the show. I'm looking at the comments here. Let's see, get that. So I think yeah, I'm just excited about what 2022 has to offer for all of us, right? If you are listening right now and you'd like to type in your goals or plans or resolutions, I know it's everybody calls them something different. I would love to hear what they are. I was saying earlier, one of mine is get back to that balanced lifestyle that I feel like I had for a minute in 2020, and then it went to smithereens at the end of 2021. So I'm going to try to kind of get that back a little bit and maintain a more, I guess I say, the word I've been using is balanced lifestyle, because it got a little out of whack, I think, at the end of 2021. And like I said, of course, for the show, to make that more philanthropic, to be able to give back, and give back to heart disease and cancer patients in need. I understand what that is like, and so I've been there. I'm still there and done that. So I understand that bills and things are difficult for a lot of people, and I want to be able to help and to give back and to share all the love and positivity that we all can create. Maybe get an opportunity to help someone, and we have been able to do that through just your kindness and your support and love and all that good stuff. So yeah, 7:30 p.m. Yep, Central Standard Time every Tuesday. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting, I was on my break. My brain was on break. 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every Tuesday. And we have a new guest each and every week. Next week will be, hey Denise, next week will be our first guest of 2022. So you don't want to miss that. And again, if you are just joining, this is the Taryn Lamb Show, episode number 76 on Apple Podcasts. It is season 6, the beginning of season 6. And my Cash App is in the comments there. Again, it's a kind offering. It goes for heart disease and cancer patients in need. If you give to the kind offering, it is just a kind offering. If you give, you agree to that. You know it's not a 501c3. You know it's not anything fancy. All it is you giving and me taking it and going to pay off or pay a portion of a bill for a heart disease cancer patient or heart disease or cancer patient in need. So again, nothing fancy. You agree to that on your giving. Kind giving, not 501c3, none of that fancy stuff. I do appreciate everyone that gives. I do appreciate it. Again, as a heart disease and cancer patient myself, I understand that bills and things are not free. So I want to make sure that we help people. And that's what we do. We just give to, like I said, I take what's in the Cash App. Please make sure if you do give into the Cash App that's in the comments, you put Survivor in your comments. And I take that directly and I go pay or a portion of or all of, depending on how much we collect, a bill for a heart disease or cancer patient in need. So just a fun fact, I guess I'll give you guys a fun fact in the last 2 minutes. I also am a cat mom, so I do help our fur babies as well. So if you get a chance and check out my Instagram, I feel like I need to sneeze. Excuse me. If you get a chance and check out my Instagram, you'll see that I'm a fur mom, and you'll see all my shenanigans that go on with my cats. Ooh. I sneezed. And yeah, let's look at the light, right? So yeah, that's about it. We have about 1 minute left in the show. I feel like I need to sneeze again. Okay. So we have about 1 minute left in the show. I'm going to have a sneezing attack, I think. And so, again, this is the Taryn Lamb Show, episode number 76. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate it. I think my cat heard me talk about cats. And he's like, what are you talking about? So this is episode number 76 of the Taryn Lamp Show. We are here 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time every Tuesday, 5:30 West Coast Time, 8:30 East Coast Time. I am going to sign off, but I'll see you next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for our first guest. This is the Taryn Lamp Show, episode number 76. Be good to yourself. Bye-bye.